Hello, hi everyone. I'm Sanjay Gupta. I welcome you on Sanjay Gupta Tech School. So, as everybody knows, those who are live, I just started Salesforce Sales Cloud Bootcamp last week. So, I had one session last week that was day zero and shared some knowledge about the Sales Cloud. So, in continuation with that, I'm starting day one today. So I just thought like initially every week I will try to have one or two sessions. So this is the second session in which we will be discussing few more features about the Sales Cloud. Okay, so moving forward, so this is Sales Cloud Bootcamp, and if you follow all the sessions of this bootcamp, so you can go for Salesforce Sales Cloud Consultant certification, and if you are going to work on a project which is based on Sales Cloud, so all these features will be helping you. Okay, moving forward, so just one request. Please like the session, the video stream which you are viewing. Okay, so because YouTube algorithm works in such a way, so if you like, like videos will be more viral. And this is about me. I hope everybody knows already. Still, I'm sharing this with you. So I have worked in various companies, still working in a consulting firm, and apart from that, I'm doing this for you. So on YouTube, I'm doing lots of sessions. So last year, I delivered complete Salesforce admin and development bootcamp. I onboarded lots of instructors, and this year, this is my first bootcamp, that is Salesforce Sales Cloud. And going forward, we'll be delivering more bootcamps. Apart from this, I started two more programs. Those are paid ones. First is admin module. So, like you or your friend or your colleague, anyone whom you know, if they want to ramp their career in Salesforce ecosystem, so this is admin module for them. All these concepts we are covering in that module. And second is developer module, and these are the like sub modules which we are covering in the developer module. So if anybody is interested, so let them know so that they can enroll themselves with the help of this website and email ID. Okay, so just wanted to do a recap like what we did in the day zero. So in day zero session, I discussed about how sales application and sales console application works. We discussed about the navigation. Then I discussed about the Salesforce Sales Cloud data model, what all objects are involved in that data model. And we saw account and contact, detail page, related list, activity component, and chatter component. Then I explained you account hierarchy and discussed about the best practices if you want to manage accounts properly. Okay, so in continuation with that, let's start few more topics today. So this session will be totally based on account and contact management. So day zero and day one, if you watch both the sessions, so you will be good with the account and contact, all in-depth features. Okay, so this slide I prepared only for you so that you can understand how Salesforce CRM one can use properly. And if any beginner wants to discuss or wants to understand with you like what is account, what is user, what is actually Salesforce, how these orgs work. So basically this diagram will help you to understand that. So on left hand side you have like Salesforce. Salesforce is a product. Okay, Salesforce is a product company which developed Salesforce as a product, and they have different clouds. So, for example, there is an organization called SGTS, which is my organization. That organization is using Salesforce to manage their day-to-day activities. So, let's say I am running a tech school. So, my tech school wants to manage all the sales, service, marketing. So, for that, I'm using different clouds of Salesforce. Okay, so you can say SGTS is using Salesforce as a product which is developed by Salesforce, and the employees who are working in my organization, they will be uh, they will be using that Salesforce org through user records. Okay, so for my employees, I will be creating user records so that they can log in into that particular org, which I am using to manage my tech school. Okay, so this is one entity like Salesforce built a cloud, and I'm using that cloud in SGTS to manage my activities, like, right? So my employees will be treated as user, and they will be having their users created so that they can log in into the org and they can do some activities or processes. Now, that SGTS organization, how they are managing their day-to-day activities. So my organization, suppose, wants to interact with two external entity or companies. So one company name is Encoder Apps and another company name is SG Cloud Tech. Okay, so these companies will be known as accounts in Salesforce. So what you will do to manage their information, you will be creating account records, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm jumping into the org. So under account, I will be creating two account records. So let's say this org, this particular sales cloud, I'm using for SGTS to manage different vendors. So my first vendor is Encoder Apps and my second vendor is SG Cloud Tech. So I want to manage their information. So first one is Encoder App, and I'm filling some information about that. So I'm filling few fields, random fields, and I'm clicking on save. Okay, active is required in this org. So I'm just populating it as yes. So this way I created one account record, and if I go to details, so here we have the information. Now the employees which are working in this organization Encoder App, if I want to create their information, if you want to store their information, so what I will do, I will be creating their contact records. Okay, so we can create any number of contacts, and those contacts will be related to this organization. Okay, so for that org we already created account record. Now if you want to create contact record, we have two ways. We can go to related list, and from this related list we can create contact records. So I just need to click on contact, and here I can fill the information. So I'm writing Encoder Apps and then contact one. Here name is already populated. If I click on save, so I created one contact that is related to this account. If I want to create one more, so I can click new, then Encoder Apps, contact 2, and then I'm clicking on save. So this way two contacts I have created. Now there may be chances you are on contacts tab, and from here also you want to create new contacts. So that is also possible. Here you will see two contacts are available. Their related accounts are also visible. Now if I click on new, so here I'm writing Encoder Apps, contact 3. This time account name is not populated. So what I need to do, I need to populate account name manually. So I am populating account name like this contact with which account I want to relate. So this way account I'm populating. So this is the second way how we can create contact and how we can relate that contact with an account. Okay, so the accounts which we are creating in Sales Cloud, those accounts are basically some organization or companies with which we are dealing. Okay, so this Salesforce org is related to SGTS. SGTS wants to deal with an account which is Encoder Apps, and for that account we are creating contacts. If I go to account now, here we have 3 contacts available. Okay, so with this diagram, I hope this part you are able to understand. So how we can manage account and contact. Now we have one more account, SG Cloud Tech, so I'm creating that as well. So this will be my second account. So whenever you want to onboard any account in your organization, so you can do this way. Okay, so that's why we need Sales Cloud, so that we can manage account and contact information with which company we are working. So here I am populating rating, ownership, industry, then type. Okay, so if you want to fill any other information you can, and then click on save. Okay, active, again we need to populate as yes. I'm clicking on save. So again one more account record we have created, and right now contacts are 0. So I'm creating couple of contacts here. So this is first contact. Here account name is by default populated because we are creating contact through the related list. So I'm just saving it. So one contact is created here, and one contact I'm going to create from this contacts tab. So I'm clicking on new. So this will be contact number 2 for SG Cloud Tech, and clicking on save. Okay, so this way, if I click on contacts, I can see 5 contacts. 3 contacts I created for Encoder app account, and 2 contacts I created for SG Cloud Tech. And if I go to accounts here, I will be able to see those accounts. So I am just clicking on recently viewed. So these 2 accounts are available here. If you open any of the account here, you will be able to see related contacts. Okay, so if any organization is using Sales Cloud to manage their sales cycle, so they need to create company information as account, and the employees which are working in that company, so those employees will be treated as contact in the org. Okay, and the employees of SGTS, we are taking this example, so employees of SGTS will be treated as user. So if you followed the bootcamp already, admin, so here we need to search for users. So here we can create the user records for the employees of SGTS, right? So this way information is being managed. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand this diagram. Like if you want to explain Salesforce to a beginner, so with the help of this diagram, you will be able to explain, like they will be asking what is the benefit of Salesforce, how Salesforce CRM actually works. So there are 3 entities involved. One is Salesforce, who develop the product. One is the entity who will be using Salesforce to manage their business. And the third entity are the vendors who will be working with the company who is using Salesforce to manage their business. So first entity is Salesforce. Second entity here is SDTS, who is using the Salesforce to manage the activities. And Encoder apps, SG Cloud Tech, you can consider them as a consulting firm who are providing their services to SGTS, so that their accounts and contacts we are managing into that org. Okay, now moving forward, we need to understand account and contact relationship. So we already discussed how we can create one-to-many relationship between account and contact. But apart from that, if you focus on the second point, so one person can be associated with multiple companies. So that is also possible. So right now what we did, we created one account, and with that one account we created many contacts. So it was one-to-many relationship. One account is having many contacts. Now other way around is possible. One contact can be associated with multiple accounts. Okay, so always remember, whatever features I'm going to explain in this bootcamp, those features we have not discussed anywhere in the admin bootcamp or developer bootcamp. So most of the features you will see new. The beginner part, like day 0 and whatever I explained till now, it was like easy, you already know those things. But this second point is totally new. I'm sure like many of you might not know, one contact can be associated with multiple accounts as well. Okay, if you do so, you will be having one junction object created, account contact relationship. So junction objects are those objects which are related to two parent. Junction objects are those objects which are related to two parent. So when account contact relationship object will be created, so it will be having a relationship with account as well as contact. Okay, so I will show you how this basically works. But before that, I want to show you one more thing, that is person account. Okay, so before I show you like how one contact is related to multiple accounts, I want to show you person account because it is totally related to account. So let's first cover account part, and then we'll be focusing on the contact part. Okay, so person account is very important, and why person account is needed. So there are two types of organizations available. One is the business organization where lots of employees work. Okay, if there is any individual contributor, which you can say contractor, who is working independently, so you cannot say that individual contractor is an employee and you cannot say that individual one is running any business. Okay, so we say that person account. So if you have a single entity who is running their own work, so that person will be account and that person will be known as contact. So instead of creating account and contact separately, we have a new feature that is known as person account. Okay, so whenever you want to store information of solo contractor or an individual consumer, so you can enable person account in your org and then you can store the information. Okay, so person accounts basically don't have their own contact. Now once you enable person account, so you will be having two record types on account. One will be known as business account and another will be known as person account. Okay, now we need to understand how we can enable this, and before enabling person account, what prerequisite we need to complete. Okay, so I'm going to show you these things. So let me jump to setup. So here you need to search for account and you will find an option person accounts. Okay, if you can directly search person account as well, and if you search for account, so all the account related information will be available here. So under sales you will have accounts, and under accounts we have four option. In the fourth option is for person account. Okay, so before enabling person account, if you see the bottom, enable person account. Let me hide my video. So now you will be able to see at the bottom right corner, this button is grayed out, enable person account. Okay, at the bottom right corner, you will see this enable person account button is disabled. Why so? Because before you enable person account, you need to fulfill all these four prerequisites. Okay, so two are by default fulfilled, like set read permission and set organization wide sharing. Okay, these are already fulfilled. So in your org, if you search for person account, if these options are not fulfilled, you need to fulfill them. Okay, so at least read permission should be there. If not available, click on view permission and then you can enable. Then you need to set org wide sharing. So for contact, it should be controlled by parent. And first is org impact acknowledgement. So just click on view org impacts, check this checkbox and click on continue. So it is also done, right? The third option is also done. Now we have only fourth option remaining, which is create account record type. Okay, before you enable person account, we need to create one record type. So I'm expanding this and we need to read all these steps. So before enabling person account, you need to create a record type for business account. So now there will be two type of accounts. One will be person account and another will be business account. For business account, you can create related contacts, but for person account, you won't be having contact related list. So person account itself will be treated as account as well as contact. Both the information will be available there. Now what we need to do, we need to create a record type first. So I hope everybody knows how to create a record type. So I'm quickly going to create that, and I'm just clicking on object manager, selecting accounts. Then under record type, I need to create one. So clicking on new. Why we are creating this record type? Because without creating this record type, you won't be able to enable person account. So I'm labeling it as business account. API name will be business account. Okay, if you want to fill any description, you can provide. Then it is available for all the profile. If you want to enable disable for any specific profile, you can control this. And then click on the next button. Now from here you need to choose a page layout. So I'm choosing account layout. If you want to create a new layout, so that is also possible. It will be depending on your requirement. So if you want to create a new layout, you can do so. But before creation of record type, if you create the page layout, then it will be available in this pick list. If you create record type first and then you create the page layout. Then through page layout assignment, manually you need to assign that page layout to the record type. So I just selected account layout and clicking on save. Okay, save button was behind my photo, so my video. So you just need to go to bottom right corner and just click on save. So this business account record type is created. Now if I click on record type, so we have one record type available now. Okay, so the fourth prerequisite also we completed. Now I'm clicking on home, clicking on person account. So yeah, here if you see carefully, all four options are enabled, and at the bottom right corner, this enable person account button is also active, right? So I'm just clicking on this button here. Enable person account warning, you can't disable this feature after it's enabled. Okay, so this is the warning. So make sure if you need person account, then only enable, because once it is enabled, you won't be able to disable it. So I'm just clicking on enable. Yep, so few instructions are available here. Person account enabled date is available. Now assign the person account record type to user profile to fully enable person account. This is also important step. Once person account is enabled, you need to assign it to particular profile. So right now the user which I am using, that user's profile is system admin. Okay, so I need to open that. So what you can do, if you don't know which profile or which user you are logged in, so just click on top right corner. If you click on top right corner, so here you have your name with which user you are logged in. Click on that. So that user page will be opened, and here you will find this button, user detail. So just click on this button, user detail. If you click on this button, so logged in user detail page will open. Okay, so here I have this information. Now here profile, if you see, the profile is system administrator. Okay, profile is system administrator. So I need to open it, and in this profile I just need to enable that record type. So I'm clicking on object settings, because under object setting I will find the account object. So I'm just clicking on accounts. I'm clicking on edit. So here, if you see carefully, business account is having account layout, but only this record type is enabled. Person account we right now enabled, and that person account is not assigned to this profile. So always remember, whenever you enable person account, so person account is not assigned to any profile. So you just need to go to the profile, then go to account object, and for that particular profile, you just need to enable that person account. So here I am checking this checkbox. Okay, if I check this checkbox, so both the record types will be available for account. If you try to create new accounts, so automatically you will see business account and person account. Right? So I'm just clicking on save. So the change is being saved. After save, what we need to do? We need to go to the UI. So I'm on the Sales Cloud application. Okay. Now I'm doing a refresh so that whatever configuration changes we have done, those will apply. Now if I click on new button, you will see two record types, business account and person account. Okay, two record types are being created. So if I create a business account, so I'm clicking on next, will be creating a business account. So I'm creating another account, VK Cloud Tech. Okay, I'm just clicking on save. Okay, active I definitely need to populate because it is a required field. Okay, so this account is created, and here we have contact related list available. If we go to related list, we can see contact related list and we can create contacts as well. Let me create one contact. So for business account, we are creating account as well as we are creating contact. And I'm clicking on save. So with this account, one contact we are relating. This is fine. This is working as is, as it was working earlier. Now if I click on accounts tab once again, so what will happen if I click on new and select person account and click on next? Okay, so UI is little bit different. Generally what happens whenever we try to create any account, so we provide account name. Account name is similar to the organization name. But if anyone is working as an independent consultant or contractor, so that independent person won't be having any organization name. Okay, because that person is working as a solo contractor, solo consultant. So what you will do, you will be providing that particular name. Okay, so for example, for SGTS I am going to hire some trainer, and that trainer is not part of any organization. He or she is not working as an employee. They are working as an independent consultant or trainer. So what I will do, I will provide their first name, last name. No, because they are not associated with any organization. So let's say I'm filling this first name, last name, and if I want to provide any other information, I can. So right now I'm just populating ownership private. So few fields are from contact, few fields are from account, and here active I need to populate as yes. Okay, and I'm just clicking on save. Okay, required field missing name. Yep, here I need to populate this. Why it is giving the error? So maybe some validation rule is available on account which is requiring the name, and for this person account that name is not available on the layout. So now what we need to do, we just need to edit that validation rule. Let me just open the object manager. So I'm just checking if there is any validation rule, prevent duplicate accounts. No, this is not. Let me check if there is any trigger. Okay, so what you need to know, like this is some validation which is available in this org. I just need to disable. So if you do this in your org, if that validation rule is not available, so you should be able to create it. Okay, so right now due to that validation I'm not able to do, because different page layout I need to use. Let me just check which page layout it is using, so that okay, page layout assignment. Yeah, business account. Let me just search for person account, because for person account one separate object will be there, and here we have this page layout, so I can place that name field here. Yeah, this account name is actually required. Okay, and why it is not visible on the layout then? Let me just check the page layout assignment. Yep, it is intact. I'm just creating it again one more time. Yeah, account name I'm filling. Okay, I will check it, and in the next session I will let you know like why it is having. I just need to see the trigger flows and everything, because due to some validation it is happening. But for you, this org actually I'm using where lots of code and automation are built. So that's why it is happening. In your org, if you create any person account, you won't see this sort of error. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand how person account and business account we can configure, and what is the relationship. And this also you need to understand, there is one separate object will be created person account automatically once you enable the person account. Okay, so you will be having page layout, compact layout, record type, and if you create any record triggered flow, so those also you can see. But you won't be able to create any field here. Fields you need to create on account and contact only. Okay, so if you go to contact, so there you will see some fields which will be related to person account. So if you want to identify the fields which are related to person account, so that will be having __ PC appended. Here we don't have, I'm jumping to account, fields and relationship. Yeah, here we have one field that is language __ PC. So this is basically related to person account. Label also. Okay, these are the fields. Now I just want to show you some consideration of person account. So this is a Salesforce document, Salesforce product documentation. So here we have considerations for person account. So you can just go through with this document. Here everything will be available. So whenever for any project you need to enable person account, so this document you need to go through, so that whatever limitation considerations are there for person account, you can go through. So I'm just sharing this link in the chat, and I can see lots of questions are there as well in the chat. So I will answer all those in the end. Okay, so I hope this way you are able to understand how this person account feature is working. You can explore it, and if you have any questions, so maybe in next session you can ask those questions. I just explored it and shared the knowledge like how you can enable and use it. I was getting any one error, so I'm sure you won't be having that error. Okay. Now, next topic is account teams and team member role. So basically, if I go back, I want to show you that diagram. So what happens? Suppose SGTS is using Salesforce to manage their day-to-day activities, and SGTS is having a collaboration with encoder apps. Okay, so SGTS employees needs to interact with the with this company encoder apps. So what we need to do? We need to assign some users. So SGTS employees will be known as users. So those users we will be assigning to this account so that they can do some follow-up. Okay, for that purpose we will be managing account team member. So first we need to enable account team, and then we will be creating account team members. So let's see how it will happen. So account teams and team member roles we need to discuss. Here I'm just searching for account. So here you will find one option, account teams. Just read this description. Account teams help multiple users to better collaborate on accounts. So whenever you see user means the organization which is using Salesforce to manage their activities. So that organization's employees will be treated as user. Okay, for our example, SGTS employees will be treated as user. Now, if SGTS is collaborating with any organization, so that organization will be known as account in that Salesforce org. And if SGTS wants to better collaborate with that account, accounts here means encoder apps. So SGTS employees who are users, they will be assigned to that particular account by defining a role for each team member, setting record level access individually, and viewing teams in list view and reports. When enabled, the account team feature is available in Salesforce Lightning, Salesforce Classic, and the mobile app. Users may prepare default account teams for speedy setup of new accounts. So we can create default account teams here as well. In default account teams, what we need to do? We need to add users already. So if you created public group, so it is similar to that. in account teams, in default account teams, you can set up some users already, and then you can assign those to the accounts. Then account teams are not the same as opportunity team. So we have two separate team. For account records, we have account team. For opportunity records, we have opportunity team. Both are separate. Okay, so if you click on this button, enable account teams, it will be enabled. I'm just clicking on it. Then check this checkbox, account teams enabled, and click on save. So as you enable account teams, so a related list will be available, and here it is asking like that related list you want to add on which page layout. Okay, so we are setting account team. So select the page layout that should include the account team related list. So account team related list will be created automatically once you enable it. It won't appear on any pages it isn't added to. The account teams related list will be added as the last related list on the selected pages. Customize the page layout to move it to a different position. Select adds to users. Customize related list to include the account teams related list for users who have created personalized page layout. So right now I'm selecting all the page layouts. I want to add account team related list on all the page layout, then add to users, customize related list, and click on save. Okay, so after setting up that, you will have three options: team roles, if you want to define, replace team roles, and disable account teams. So account teams you can enable as well as you can disable also. And if you want to define team roles, let me click on it. So you will see different team roles. So it is a pick list. Here you can define team role. So these team roles are basically for the users of SGTS. So if you assign any user onto a particular account, so what that user will be doing on that account, what role they will be playing, so that role you need to define here. Okay, it is a pick list that will be available on account team related list. I will show you. And these are the pick list values which are predefined, like account manager, channel manager, executive sponsor, lead qualifier, pre-sales consultant, sales manager, or sales rep. Okay, so these all options are available as a role. If you want to add new, you can add. So let's say I want to add marketing executive. So I'm just clicking on new, and here I'm entering marketing executive. So this option I'm adding as a role, and clicking on save. So here we have added one more role. So this way, if you want to add or remove any role, you can manage. This is just a pick list, but it is a team role pick list which is not related to any object. It is independent. Right? Now, if I click on account teams again, so I explained you how we can configure team roles. Then replace team roles, update the names of existing team roles. If you want to edit, you can. So exact value changing from select value changing to. Okay, so here you can put some value, and with which you want to replace, you can. So this way we enabled account team. We did all the setup thing. Now if I go to any account, so I'm going to open those account records which I recently created. So in today's session, I created 3 accounts. Now let's say SGTS is using this Sales Cloud to manage their business. Now if I click on Encoder Apps, so SGTS has a consulting firm, Encoder Apps. With that they have some collaboration so that they can receive some projects, right? So here we already have some contact. These contacts are employee of Encoder Apps. Now if you go to the bottom and you refresh, you will see that account team related list. At the bottom you can see we have account team related list. Okay, now here on account team you will be adding the users, and which user you can add? You will be adding the users who are working in SGTS as employee. Okay, suppose any other XYZ company is using Salesforce as an org to manage their business. So the employees which are working in that organization, those will be will be working as a user in that org. So those user that organization will be adding. For my organization on this account, like who will be interacting with encoder apps on behalf of SGTS. So here I am clicking on add default team. So we don't have any default team right now. So I'm just clicking on add team members manually. So if I click on here, from here I can search the user. So I'm selecting this user, I'm selecting this user, okay, these two users, because right now this is a Salesforce developer edition org, and in developer edition org we have a limit, we can create only 2 active Salesforce user. So that's why here I'm populating only 2 users. Then I need to define the role. So this is a role pick list that I showed you. It will be available here automatically. So just click on particular roles. Then access, like you are adding these users onto this account record. There might be possibilities these users are not having access to this particular account. So what access you want to give? Read only or read write? Okay. On case, private, read only or read write. On the related opportunity, private, read only or read write. So as per the need, you can specify these access as well. Okay. So if you are adding any user as a team member on that particular account, so you need to specify these also. Then just click on save. So these 2 users will be added as a team. So these 2 users on behalf of SGTS will be interacting with encoder apps, and they have their role, like this Sanjay is account manager and test user is executive sponsor. And anytime if you click on this drop down, you can edit and delete. If you delete, that member will be removed. If you click on edit, so from here you can change the role, you can change the access, account, opportunity and case. Right? Now if you click here, so team member access, if you want to see, just click on this button. So whatever users you have assigned, all those users team access you can see from here. Summary form. And if you want to remove all the members in one click, you can. So you can remove individual team members, you can remove all the team members as well. Okay, and if I click on add default team, so if you have created any default team, so can't add default team, ask the record owner to set up a default team. So we don't have any default team here. Let me see how we can account teams. Yeah, there is no option available to set up a team. Okay, I just need to check that option. So predefined case team we have, but for account we don't have. Let me go to account settings. Yeah, here also we don't have anything. Yeah, so this also I will explain in the next session, because that feature is not available right now. I will explore and will let you know how we can create this default team. Rest of the things are same. For any account you can do so. If you open any other account, let's say I'm opening this SG Cloud Tech. So here also under related list you will see this account team. So you can do the same process. Whatever user you want to add, you can. If you want to remove, you can. You can specify their access, you can specify their roles. Okay, so moving forward, now we have another feature, that is merge duplicate accounts. So that is very easy. If you create 2 duplicate account records, so here under this related list you will find that option. Like right now there is no potential duplicate, but if you have any duplicate created, you can merge those. So let me show you how we can identify that. So just search for duplicate rules. For account, we already have a duplicate rule, standard account duplicate rule. So go to right side under matching rule, you will find this option, standard account matching rule. Okay, so here just click on this more info. If you click on that more info, you will identify like what combination we can use. So these are the combination for duplicate. So if you have same account name and phone or same account name, city and state, so that will be considered as duplicate. Or billing street, account name and billing street. So let's create two account with similar name and street. So this SG cloud tag, I am moving to details and I am filling the billing information. So let me just see, city and state, account name, city and state I am filling. Okay, I am saving it. For this one, I am going to modify its account name as well. Now, if I go to related, here you will see, we found one potential duplicate of this account. So based on this matching rule, matching equation, if you create two records with this matching equation, then you will be having this warning. Now what you can do, you can view the duplicates. These two are duplicate, you can select both, click on next. Now here it will show you both the records, and for these fields where few values are available, rating type, ownership, industry. So wherever in any of the record field value is available, you can choose which one you want. Let's say total contact. Here we have 1, here we have 2. So I want 2, because when we will be merging, so all the related records will be intact. Okay, and record type I am choosing as business account from here. Total count I am choosing from here, and these values also I am choosing from here, because on left hand side account this is blank, on right hand side we have these values. So from which record what value you want to pick, you can choose. And then we have an option so at bottom right corner you have an option to click on next. So we are about to merge these accounts, you cannot undo merging. So before merging, this is a warning, just click on merge, your records will be merged. We cannot merge these accounts, active accounts cannot be deleted. Okay, so in my org actually there is a validation available through trigger like active accounts, because what is happening if we are merging two account records, so one will get deleted. Okay, and if both the account records are active, so in my org the validation is available, I cannot delete active account records where that active pick list is having yes, so that cannot be deleted. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change that value from yes to no. Okay, this I'm doing for my org. In your org you won't be facing this issue because you might not have that validation, but I have that validation. So I'm changing. Again, I'm clicking on view duplicate, selecting both the records. Yeah, so from this, for this I'm selecting business account, and rest of the values I'm selecting from here. Next, and then merge. So this time records are merged. So one record got deleted. Now if I click on accounts, I have only one record. That one record got deleted. Okay, so this way anytime if you want to merge the records, you can. And in the related list, all three contacts are available. So the related records which are available on that record which got deleted, they will also be available here. Okay, so earlier that record's name was VK Cloud. I converted that to SG. Okay, so those accounts and opportunities are also available. So always remember, whenever you are merging two records, So you have an option to choose from which record, which value you want to use, right? You want to have, and after merging, any one record will get deleted, one will be available there, and the related records of both the accounts will be merged and they will be available under account, right? So this is about merging duplicate. Now, similar to this, you can try merge duplicate contacts as well. So merging duplicate contacts, what you can do, you can go to duplicate rules, and under duplicate rules, you will find contact duplicate rule and contact matching rule. So just open this contact matching rule so that you can find the combinations. So click on more info. Now here you will find the combination. So if you have any of these combination, so your contact will be duplicated, and if they are duplicate, so they will be available under contact. Under contact also we have this related list. So here you will find potential duplicate. You will be having view duplicates, then you can merge them. Okay, the process is same, so you can try that out. Then context to multiple accounts. So this I discussed in the beginning of this session, like we have one-to-many relationship. One account can have many contacts, but one contact can be associated to multiple accounts also. Okay, so this is important, and this I didn't cover in last year bootcamp. It is something new, and that is specifically related to Sales Cloud. So here I just need to search for account settings. Okay, so here we have this option, context to multiple accounts setting. Allow users to relate a contact to multiple accounts. If you read this help text, it says, when you allow users to relate to a contact to multiple accounts, we recommend you adjust your activity settings so that activities don't automatically roll up to a contact's primary account. So this you need to do, and we can click on edit. Just select this checkbox. Before enabling contacts to multiple accounts, verify that mass transfer and reassigned operations aren't running. So this is a warning, you need to be careful before enabling this, and then click on save. So now you will have one more related list, and these options are available now. So what will happen when user deletes an account that has direct contacts that are related to other accounts? Because if you delete any account, so contact will also get deleted automatically. Okay, so what will happen? So block users from deleting the account, or allow users to delete the account and automatically delete all direct contacts even if they are related to other accounts. So if any contact, now what we are doing, we are enabling contact to multiple accounts. So one contact will be associated with multiple accounts. Okay, now if you delete any one account, so account will try to delete contact. So what will happen? So this is for that. So generally, if you delete account, contact will get deleted automatically, but if contact is associated with multiple accounts, you have an option. You can block the deleting, or if you want to delete, it will be. When user replace the primary account on a contact record, so save the relationship between the contact and the previous primary account as the indirect relationship, or delete the relationship between the contact and the previous primary account. Okay, so it also depends on you what you want to do. Now if I move to our application and I refresh, and if I go to account, so here we have contact. I'm opening contact, I'm refreshing. So actually there should be one related list. Contact should be related to multiple account. I need to check. Okay, going to object manager, searching for contact. Okay, before moving to contact, I want to show you one more object, that is account contact relationship. So once you enable this contact to multiple account, this object will be available. Under this object, you will see there is a lookup to account and lookup to contact. So this will basically work as a junction. It has two parents, so account and contact relationship it will be managing. So now if I go to contact, Just checking the page layout whether that related list is available or not. So there will be a related list. I'm just clicking on related list. Yeah. So related accounts. This related list you need to place. I'm placing it on top. Related list name is related accounts. It is not available by default. So you need to go to contact page layout and here you need to place this related accounts. So with the help of this related list, you should be able to relate one contact with multiple accounts. So come here, refresh the page. Yep. So here you can see this contact is right now related to one account and this is a direct relationship. Now you can click on add relationship. You can choose the account. So I want to choose this account, like this contact SG Cloud works with Cloud SG Cloud Tech as well as it is working with Encoder apps. And here I am choosing the role. Contact is populated by default, clicking on save. So basically the contact SG Cloud Tech contact one, this contact is associated with two accounts. So for this, it is a direct contact. For this, it is indirect, associated but not directly. So one contact you can associate with many accounts. So this was the setting that you need to enable. One junction object will be created. So this is happening because of that junction. That junction is keeping all the information like which contact and which account both are related. And these roles are also coming from that object. If you go to account contact relationship, you will find a role pick list. So under this role pick list, we have all these roles. If you want to add or remove, you can. And these roles we are seeing here. If I click on edit, so here I will see the roles. I can choose anyone. So I can choose multiple as well. It is a multi-pick list. So these roles will be available here. Then if you click on view relationship, so this is a junction record, account contact relationship. And here you can see with which account, which contact is associated and what is the role. Okay, so yeah, this is it for today. I tried to cover lots of things related to account and contact management. So one thing is pending on me, like how to set up default team. So I will tell you in the next session. And while creating person account, I was facing an error due to some automation or validation. But if you practice that person account, you won't see any error. Okay, I'm quickly taking few questions which are available in the chat. And before I take the question, please like the video if you really liked watching the session and gained some knowledge. So do like, and if you are watching the recording, then also if you have come here, watched all the content, so please like. And if you watch any video of Sanjay Gupta Tech School, please like that video. Okay, so Love Mehta is asking some questions. So you can reach out to me through LinkedIn. I will interact with you. So Amit, yeah, it will be regular. So I am trying to deliver at least one session every week, but I will increase the frequency. So it will be 2 every week. Yes, Lakhira, Ankita, basically this session is for both, whether you are developer or admin. If you are working on Sales Cloud, you should know all these configurations. So Amit, this bootcamp will be covered in 6 to 8 weeks. Like by July, all the sessions will be completed. So for freshers, it will be helpful because fresher, if you say in interview, like I know all the configuration of particular cloud, so it makes a difference in the interview. Amit, for this Sales Cloud bootcamp prerequisite, you need to go through at least admin part of the bootcamp, which I did last year. Okay, so two folks are saying in week 25, 26, you didn't upload the video. Okay, I will check. Can you please mention like what topic are missing? Because I think every video is available there. I didn't remove any video, but I will check. Okay, so I think I answered all the questions. So thank you for watching this session live, those who attended. I saw lots of folks joined, and yep, more than 300 folks joined live, and still we have 20 viewers. So thank you for joining this session, and those who are watching the recording, thanks to you as well. And I will be having next session next week that will be on opportunity management. Okay, so thank you so much for joining the session. See you next week.